Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Lara from Complete Test Success here. And today we are looking at General Training IELTS Writing Task 1. So for most of you, that will not be relevant. Obviously, Task 1 writing is different for General Training and Academic IELTS. Last week, we looked at an Academic IELTS Task 1 question, and this week we're looking at General Training. So basically what we're going to do is I will show you a question. I will get you to write the various parts of the answer to this question, and then I'll give you feedback on your attempts. So, if you're doing well, I'll let you know. If you're making mistakes, I'll let you know what those are. And of course, then by overcoming your mistakes, by avoiding those mistakes in future, that's how we're going to increase your scores. So I'm not really teaching you how to write an essay as much as I'm here to give you feedback on your own work. Okay, so let me just have a quick look. Let me make sure the software is working. Okay, looks good. And basically, let me show you the question first. All right, so this is the question we're looking at today. And it says, after attending a course for several days at your local community college, you now realize that it is not suitable for your needs. Write a letter to the college administrator. In your letter, and then we have the 3 prompts. Explain why you enrolled in the course. Describe why the course isn't suitable. Tell him or her why you would like him, what you would like him or her to do. All right, so the first task for you guys here today is to write the greeting for this letter. Okay, so just share it, type it in the comments, share it with me, and I'll be able to tell you if it is appropriate or not. Hi, Irene from Nigeria. Good to have you here. Welcome. Hi, Karti. Welcome to the lesson. Hi, Mandeep. Welcome. Is that Sefer question? This is IELTS? IELTS question. IELTS academic, General Training IELTS Writing Task 1. Okay, so you guys, this is a fairly easy part of the essay. And in fact, it actually tells you what to write at the very bottom. At the bottom of it, it says, begin your letter as follows, dear sir or madam. That's genuinely as simple as that. We just need to say, dear sir or madam. So I'm going to put that in. It seems very simple considering the fact that they've literally told you what to say, but a surprisingly high number of candidates get that wrong, and they don't do what the question tells them to do. So if it says start your letter with dear sir or madam, there's no reason to do anything else but follow that instruction. So that's the start of our letter, dear sir or madam. That's the greeting. Now, after that, we need to respond to the first prompt. So the first prompt says, explain why you enrolled in the course. And that is what we will focus on in paragraph 1. Now, a lot of candidates, instead of responding directly, they kind of talk more generally. They'll talk about, their lives or their backgrounds or something like that. But what I want to do in the first sentence of paragraph 1 is to respond directly to the prompt. So the prompt has asked you to do something. Do it in the very first sentence. Don't wait until later. We're going to do it in the first sentence. So that's my next task for you. The prompt says, explain why you enrolled in the course. and I want that information in the very first sentence. Okay, so I'll let you do that. Share it with me in the comments, and then I will have some feedback for you on that. Okay, so that's the first task. Explain why you enrolled in the course. Kafayatullah from Pakistan, good to see you here. Irene, I'm writing to inform you that the course I attended was not needed. No. So that's going to be part of the second prompt. The second prompt says, describe why the course isn't suitable. So we're just going to stick with the prompts. Stick with the prompts. Don't mix up the information from the different prompts in the different paragraphs. I only want to focus on the first prompt in the first paragraph, and we'll come to this later on. Mandeep, dear sir or madam, good, but there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes in this response. Dear sir and madam, those should all be capitalized. They should be capital letters. There should be no space after the slash, and there should be a comma at the end of your dear sir or madam. So the correct response, the correct language, but 5 punctuation mistakes. So Mandeep, that's going to be something you need to work on. Oh, okay. We start with dear Mr. or Mrs. So it depends on the question. Sometimes you will know the name of the person and you would write it like this, but in this situation, it seems like you don't know the name of the college administrator, and that's why they've asked you to say dear sir or madam in the question. I want to be excelled in the skills of as English language instructor. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot to learn. So just make sure that you're studying every day. And keep in mind, vocabulary is the area that takes the longest time to improve. So you probably want to focus on that more than any other area. Thank you very much. Okay, Mandeep, I am writing this letter to you that the course which chose was too good for my needs. I'm not sure what you mean was too good for my needs, but also it sounds like you're explaining the problem, but it's why you enrolled in the course. So your reason for joining the course is what we're looking for in this first sentence of paragraph 1. Explain why you enrolled in the course. So why did you join it? For what reason? For what purpose? Something like that. Domenico, good to see you here. Hi, Mohammed. Welcome to the lesson as well. While I'm waiting for you guys to write that sentence, I'll just share a link here for my free live feedback lessons. So these are my lessons, my weekly lessons on Zoom. So they're free lessons, free group classes on Zoom. And if you want to join me for those, just click on that link and you can sign up there, and you'll see all of the information, the schedule, the topics of each lesson, and the link to join. Dear sir or madam. Yep, like that, Mandeep, that's correct. Okay, Rajat, so here's the first one. I'm writing this letter in regard to the course Business Management I joined in your college, which I realized is not suitable for me because my education background is different. Now, this is what we need to talk about in the second paragraph, and this is a common mistake. So you don't want to mix them up. So you'll see the information that we want in paragraph 1, 2, and 3 are different. Now, the information that you've provided here is the information we need in paragraph 2. So if we put that in paragraph 1, then what are we going to talk about in paragraph 2? We're going to have to repeat ourselves. But also, the information we've been asked for in paragraph 1, we're not giving that information. So that's also going to bring down our score. So we end up damaging our task achievement score by not talking about what we needed to talk about. And we damage our coherence and cohesion score because we're repeating ourselves. So this information is necessary for the letter. It is necessary for the answer, but it is not the right place. So in the first sentence of paragraph 1, we want to focus on the first prompt. Explain why you enrolled in the course, and that's what information we want. Mandeep, I had read about this course in the newspaper and I decided to join it. So that's not really the reason why you joined it. There would have been other courses in the newspaper as well. So this would be how you found out about it, but not necessarily why you joined it, why you enrolled in the course. So typically, in the newspaper, there might have been 10 different courses and you chose this one. So that's how you found out about it. That's not the information that you were asked for. So this is in fact not relevant to the prompt. Dear sir or madam, I am writing in regards to the course I attended a few weeks back. Now, the way you said the course I attended, it sounds like you finished the course. But what you write has to be in the same context of the situation described in the question. So the question has said, you've started the course, you've done a few days, and you now realize it's not suitable for your needs. So the way the question is written, it means that the course isn't finished yet, that you're still in the middle of the course has started, it hasn't finished. But what you said is that the course I attended a few weeks back, that means that the course has already finished. So what you've written contradicts the situation described in the question, and that's not good for your task achievement score. The situation described in the question, you cannot change. You have to match that. You have to write within the context of what you've been given. So that's not suitable. I enrolled for this because I needed to gain more knowledge on the course, so to apply for a better job. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take a mix of Rajat's answer and Irene's answer, and I'm going to patch that into a suitable response to the first prompt. Okay. Okay, so this is the bit from Irene. I enrolled And then the bit from Rajat I want is the business management course. Okay, so let's patch these together. Okay, I'm writing this letter in regard to the business management course that I joined in your college. That I joined at your college because I need to gain more knowledge, and not on this course, but in this field. Apply for a better job. Okay, now there we go. So now we've given the reason why we joined. So we've joined a business management course because we're trying to find a better job. So that's the reason. Why did you join? Because I want to get a better job. Perfect. Okay. So from there, that's the first sentence of our paragraph finished. And now we need to write the rest of the paragraph. So to push our score up to a band 7 and a band 8, we need to further develop our paragraph, and we need to stay on topic. So we can't just introduce more information somewhat related. The rest of the paragraph has to be 100% focused on this same prompt. So explain why you enrolled in the course. We've already given the reason. Now we need to develop that further. So how would you develop the rest of paragraph 1? I want you to share that with me. So write the rest of the paragraph. Keep in mind, our paragraph should be somewhere about 60 words long. And so far we have 34 words here. So we need about another 30 words to finish this paragraph. And that's what I'd like you to do. So write the rest of the paragraph, share it with me in the comments. And again, I'll have some feedback for you on that. Irene, no problem. That's what we're here for. Okay, so we have a response here from Rajat. I'm looking forward to applying in marketing manager job for which it requires a qualification in management field. Good. So we can take this and we can add it to what we have already. Just one moment now. Okay. So I am looking forward to is more like something that it would be more something that you're like a party that you're hoping to that you intend going to, or if you're visiting a friend or something like that. So we wouldn't really talk about that. And also when we're applying for a job, there's no guarantee that you're going to get any job. So we would say something like, I am hoping to. So that's your intention, that's your desire to apply for a marketing manager position. It's just a little bit more formal. For which I am required to have a qualification in the management field. Okay, that looks good. How many words have we here? Maybe just a little bit short, I'd say 57 words. That's good enough. We're looking for about 60. It doesn't have to be exactly 60 or over 60, but about 60 is good. So that means we're finished our first paragraph. Very good. And that, of course, brings us to the next paragraph. So the next prompt is describe why the course isn't suitable. So just like in the previous paragraph, I want a direct response to that prompt. Describe why the course is suitable. In the very first sentence, I want the college administrator to know why we think it's unsuitable. The benefit of putting that information in the first sentence is A, the rest of our paragraph will be definitely focused on developing the idea. So it's good for our task achievement. And B, what happens to a lot of students, they start kind of talking generally and they don't get to the point until the very end. But it's unclear if you're writing about what you've been asked to write about until the very last sentence. So it's much better get it up there at the very front, at the very start of the paragraph, and then it's really clear that you are in fact responding to what you've been asked to discuss. So describe why the course isn't suitable. Write the first sentence for that in the first sentence for that paragraph in the comments. Share it with me. And again, I will have some feedback for you there. While you're writing that, we'll have a look at the other students' work. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing to express my concerns regarding the photography course which I've been attending at your esteemed community college. So again, I want to respond to the prompt in the first sentence, so I'd actually remove that first sentence. I enrolled in the course with great anticipation, hoping to gain valuable knowledge and skills in underwater photography. Okay, so that's what I want. Why did you join? You joined because you wanted to gain those skills. Perfect. However, after attending the course for several days, I have come to the realization that it is not suitable for my needs. So what we have here is a combination of prompt 1 and prompt 2 in the same paragraph, but I want you to keep them separate. Don't take the different information for the different paragraphs and put them together, because you're not fully developing each prompt and you're not organizing your essay, your letter, excuse me, as well as you could or should. So keep them separate. Just focus on the first prompt in the first paragraph. And now we're on paragraph 2. So we'll focus on describing why the course isn't suitable. No problem. You're very welcome, Domenico. Okay, so I'll just wait another 2 minutes. If we don't get any responses at that point, we'll move on. So another 2 minutes. If you want to share your writing, I'm more than happy to give you feedback on it. But we will move on if there's no responses, if there are no responses in the next 2 minutes. Okay, so here's a response from Rajat. I believe that it is fit for me because my educational background. I completed my graduation in the science field, which is why I do not have core knowledge about business studies. So after attending classes for a week, I realized that I needed to attend probation classes to learn basic concepts of the course, which could be time-consuming task for me. Okay, good. So we're basically saying we don't have the background. We don't have the necessary background for this business management course. That makes sense. Okay, so let me just jump on and take Rajat's response here. Okay. So I believe that it is, let's say, if you wanted to say unfit, but remember in general training, it's really, really important that you don't have informal language. Oh no, I'm wrong. That's not informal. So I believe that the course is unfit for me. No, let's say not suitable, because it's not really that the course isn't suitable. It's that your level, your knowledge isn't. So unfit would be more like, if something is not able to do what it should do, but the problem isn't so much with the course. It's the problem is more with, the person writing the letter. So I believe the course is not suitable for me because of my educational background. Good. I completed my graduation in the science field in a science field. Well, it would usually be more specific. It wouldn't just be general. Just say in science. So I completed my education in science, which is why I do not have the core knowledge of business studies that is required for your business management course. after attending classes for a week, and then this is going to have to be present perfect. I have realized, so it's at the moment, I have realized that I need to attend a probation wouldn't be the right word. Let's say a foundation. I need to attend a foundation course first to learn the basic concepts of business, and which could be time-consuming task for me. I don't think that's actually relevant. I don't think that's actually relevant, because at the moment, whether it's time-consuming or not really isn't going to be why the course isn't suitable. The fact that you're not able to finish the business management course because you don't have the knowledge, and this is what you think you will need to do first before you attend. So that's absolutely fine. And that is, in fact, a full paragraph by the looks of it. 68 words, if anything, a little bit long, but that's about 60 words, so that's just right. Very well developed, and a direct response to why the course isn't suitable. So that's perfect. Now, in the next paragraph, we need to respond to the third prompt, which says, tell him or her what you would like him or her to do. So you have to say what you want the college administrator to do about your situation. And it's the same thing. We're going to respond directly in the first sentence, and then we're going to develop that prompt fully. So we're going to have a third paragraph here. Right now, we're not going to write it. I don't think we have time in today's live stream, and I have a lesson with one of my one-on-one students after this. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to jump to the end of the letter. Paragraph 3 is the same as we've done paragraph 1 and 2, but obviously focused on another prompt. So you do know how to do that. And then we're going to finish off with, how would you sign off this letter? So we need to sign off the letter at the end. It is a formal letter, so our sign off needs to be also following that formal style. Okay, Domenico, I initially enrolled in the photography course. So obviously, Domenico, you're writing your own letter, so that wouldn't be appropriate for the letter that we have on screen here, where we've been talking about a business management course. But based on what you were saying earlier, okay, I was excited about the prospect of improving my underwater photography skills. Now, describe why the course isn't suitable. You haven't done that here. So remember, in the first sentence, I want you to respond directly to the prompt. Describe why the course isn't suitable. You haven't done that here. Now, let's have a look at the next bit. When I initially enrolled in the photography course, I was excited about the prospect of improving. Oh, so that's the same thing again. As an aspiring photographer with a keen interest in capturing the beauty of marine life, good, I believe that this course would provide me with the knowledge and techniques required for successful underwater photography. So this should be underwater photography. The language here is very, very good. The language here is very, very good, Domenico. Great range and great accuracy in this piece of writing. But unfortunately, you're not responding to what the prompt asked you to discuss. It asked you to describe why the course isn't suitable, and therefore what you've written here wouldn't address that. In no part of what you've written have you said why the course isn't suitable. So that's not going to be an appropriate response. Hi, Samika. Good to see you here. Long time. I would be grateful if you refund my fees. Yep. So as the third prompt, that would be fine, Rajat. Domenico, however, as the course has progressed, it has become evident that the curriculum does not sufficiently focus on this specialized area of photography. Good. And a full stop. So that would be a perfect first sentence to paragraph 2. Hi, Taban. Welcome. We're just finishing up here now. So we're on the last part of the letter. We're going to sign off. And that's going to be the end of our letter. Obviously, we didn't write the third paragraph, but based on what we've done so far in the lesson, it should be clear what to do today, what to do in that paragraph. How can we develop the last prompt? Just in the same way. So you want to say more. So for example, Rajat, you said, I would be grateful if you refund my fees. You can give details about how to give you the refund, how soon you expect it. You can talk about the fact that you're not going to attend any more of the lessons. So maybe that means that you won't be able to take a cash refund. They'll need to return it to your bank. And then, you might include bank details or something like that. So just develop it about, more information about the refund, how, when, where, anything else that's relevant. Okay, so just one more minute. I'll wait for you guys to show me how you would sign off this letter. And if I don't hear from any of you, I will just show you my own sign off. Okay, perfect. Sincerely, Domenico Fauci. Rajat, you're very welcome. Okay, so Domenico, this works. More conventionally, we would say yours sincerely. So I'm going to change that. Yours sincerely. And what you'll notice Domenico has done here is not just his first name, but his first name and his surname. And that's very important because it's a formal letter. If it was informal, it would just be your first name. But of course, it's a formal letter. So we need the first and last name. And that is essentially how you answer general training task 1 question. Like I said, we haven't done paragraph 3 here because we just don't have time to do it within the hour, but it would be the exact same thing. Just finish off, write paragraph 3 by responding to the 3rd prompt and make sure you develop it and all your development is focused on the exact prompt and exactly what you've been asked to discuss. And that's essentially it. So we'll finish up there for today. I'll be back next week with another live stream. Like I said, if you want to sign up for my free live feedback lessons, the link is in the video description for that. And if you want to join my one-on-one courses or you want one-on-one feedback, probably the easiest thing to do is just send me an email here, lar@completetestsuccess.com. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all for joining. Hopefully you've got something out of that. Domenico, you're very welcome. Taban, see you soon. Rajat, of course, no problem. All right, so see you next time. See you tomorrow or next week. Either way, bye for now. And best of luck to those of you who've got IELTS tests coming up. Hopefully you'll all be successful. Okay, take care. Bye, everybody.